So,
Okay, so hello everybody and welcome to the Scorpio Season PLAYshop. We are talking about finding the courage to transform through life's most intense moments. I'm your host, I'm Tony Black, and I'm here with my guest, Stephanie Cornelius, and we're eager to get started. But before we do, we're just going to take a minute to arrive. I know a lot of us need it after the weird technical stuff that we had today. So go ahead and close your eyes, tap your feet on the ground. Remind yourself you are here. I'm here. Take a deep breath in, filling up your lungs, allowing that air to just trickle out. I think another breath is called for today. So like another deep breath, sending it all the way down into your belly. And rooting into the ground, finding your space. I'm so grateful you all are here today. So I want to introduce you to our guest, Stephanie Cornelius. Stephanie has her son in Scorpio, and she does happen to be my cousin. So yay! Scorpio is traditionally ruled by Mars, and its modern ruler is Pluto. So not all astrologers use Pluto, not all astrologers use Mars. They kind of pick and choose depending on the type of astrology that they practice. So since it's associated with the water element, it's a yin sign. It's really interesting though, because we'll talk about something later, but I won't do it. I'll go into it now. It's focused on the emotional quality of life. That water element focuses on the emotional quality of life. It's a fixed sign, just like Taurus and Leo. And this means that the way that Scorpio responds is by allowing things to steep. This sign is perhaps the most mysterious of the zodiac. I know it's notorious for that. And it's also not afraid to dive into topics that are considered taboo by many. And it's also associated with the eighth house, the house of other people's secrets, life, death, sex, taxes, inheritances, rebirth, like all of those things that people don't really want to talk about at the dinner table. That's the house that it rules over. So last month we talked about the first polarity. We hit the first polarity in the zodiac between Libra and Aries, and we talked about why Libra senses that tension of self, choosing between self and other, and doing activities that either nurture themselves or nurture other people. So there's that tension. And so this month we have Scorpio, which opposes Taurus. And so this is called the security axis. The other one is the identity axis. Libra Aries is the identity axis. So the Scorpio Taurus is considered the security axis. And so with Taurus, Taurus is concerned with simplicity in the material world, peace. It's a yin. It's a more yin. Both Taurus, because Taurus is an earth sign, Scorpio is a water sign. So both of them are considered yin. However, Taurus is probably it's considered more yin than Scorpio is. So Scorpio has a little bit more of a yang quality. I won't get into that right now, but for Scorpio, Scorpio is more concerned with complexity. So Taurus was simplicity, Scorpio's complexity. Taurus was the material world, and Scorpio is interested in more like power dynamics. Taurus interested in peace, and Scorpio is curious about okay, what is there that should be, is there anything looking, I'm thinking about like looking at a rock. Taurus might look at that rock and be like, look at that rock, that's just so nice, and it's beautiful, and they might appreciate it for what it is. Whereas Scorpio is going to be like, okay, now let's turn over that rock and let's look and see what's underneath it. And so there you go. That's so in that sense, it's that disturbing the peace. So, and today we're going to be talking about how to balance some of the Scorpionic, because Scorpio, that Scorpionic power is just, it can be so enticing. And I know if you've got any Scorpio in your chart, I know I do. My Venus is there. I wear a lot of black. So, um, so if you have a lot of Scorpio in your chart, there's a tendency to kind of ruminate and to brood and to get in, really get into you know, those feelings that might cause others to kind of like squirm a little bit. And and so the Taurus antidote to that is to like really nurture yourself by exercising extreme self-compassion and not to be so hard on yourself. It's really easy to be hard and to perseverate. Pluto is interested, not interested, but Pluto is stands for perseverating, obsessing, and so that's just something to think about where when it comes to that rulership. So you might see that a little bit with, I mean, Scorpio. I know Stephanie can can tell me a little bit more about that, you know, that brooding and staying in that watery, deep quality. So, so yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. Allow yourself to enjoy the moment. And so, it's interested in deep psychological dynamics. The eighth house also is concerned with those deep psychological dynamics and that are and they're motivators for Scorpio. So Taurus encourages us to take and enjoy the sweetness of life, and Scorpio dares to go where most people are just not comfortable going. And the sign it suggests a relentless, lifelong search for truth. Once the truth is realized, only then can a sense of security be accessed. So, so yeah, I want to introduce our guest, Stephanie. She is my cousin, and I am so lucky because I get to go see her like every summer and spend some time at our really awesome house. That just is, it's like it's such a warm, loving haven. It's like talk about that Scorpio other, or not Scorpio, but that Taurus other side. She's very incredibly nurturing and healing, and it's just such a wonderful space to be in. And so I could talk about that for days. So I'm going to allow her to tell her story here in a minute, but first a little bit about her. She is a healer and she's a yoga instructor, and there is an incredible story behind that. And she is a nurse, a mother, and a source of such incredible, strong feminine wisdom for me. So welcome, Stephanie. And we can start out with you telling us your story. Yay.
Thank you. You know, you just explaining that really helped me understand myself. I'm not everybody's cup of tea because I can't just have that superficial conversation. I get down deep and I talk about things that people don't really want to talk about. And I want to, just like you said, turn over that rock. So that helped me understand myself a little bit more. Thanks, Tony. And then I get into that like, no one wants to be around me because I just always talk about the deep stuff.
It can be frustrating. Yeah. I know. I have a tendency to do the same, and especially at work, and that just makes people uncomfortable. Sometimes I go running for the hills.
That's why we enjoy talking with each other. That's helpful. Just a little bit about me. I am a nurse of 26 years and a breast cancer survivor, 11 years now, thank God. And during my breast cancer journey, I just really dove into just trying to get to know every single part of myself, every single thing about anything I could about spirituality. I got into meditation. I was just diving into knowledge regarding spirituality, as well as I was diving into the Western aspect of it. I was researching all of that, and then I'd go into the Eastern, and it just really brought me to an amazing journey that I've been on for the past 11 years. 11 years now, thank God. It's been up and down. And through that time, of course, I've had other losses. I would even, just to go in more into my brooding, I was a hospice nurse and went in and did palliative nursing and just worked with the dying and helping transition there. So it's been really a long journey, but at the same time, it's been fast. I don't even know how to explain it, but over the last couple of years, with all the collective grief with hospice, with what I went through of just the grief of losing parts of my body and losing some of my supposed femininity. I had bilateral mastectomy, hysterectomy, all of that. I started working with Kali Ma in the last couple of years and the goddesses, and that has expanded my practice even more. And I'm diving more into the deep. And that's the part that Tony says she doesn't really like to stay in. And I guess I stayed in it till I loved myself unconditionally there. And then I was able to come back out. And Kali to me is just one aspect there of our personality almost. It's that one, we're all women here tonight, right? Yes. I really feel strongly that and I'm sure you all do too, that the feminine, the goddesses, the just femininity has been really pushed down with the patriarchal system and everything that's been going on. So I have been really working with the goddess within and bringing that out. And Kali Ma has that aspect of getting you down into the deep, but I think that she also has that aspect of clearing you out. Starts in that Muladhara, starts in that root chakra. That's where the Kundalini resides. That's where Kali Ma resides. And so once you bring it up through there, you can clear out everything. But you got to sit in it, feel it, and love yourself unconditionally. Even the parts of the shadow parts that you just don't even want to look at, you have to really look at and love yourself to get through it. So it's been a real healing experience with that for me. Tony asked me, how do you ground down when you're ruminating, when your mind's going all the time? Because that's how I operate all the time. And I just have a really strict practice that I do. And I always feel, one of my gurus told me, if you stay ready, you'll be ready. So if you stay ready for anything with your practice, with your strength of being in that practice, with your whatever you may be working with, whether it be the Holy Spirit, Mother Earth, the goddesses, whatever masters, ancestors you're working with, just as long as you stay in it every day, do the practice, sit down, even when you're just like, just even if it's just sitting down in front of your altar. I'm sure all of you ladies already have a space where you sit down to meditate or pray or connect. I think that's so important to have that altar, that space to do it. So for me, right when I roll out of bed, I go right to my altar. That is where I just kind of ground down, do my practices. Besides the Kundalini work I do a lot of breath work. My favorite ones, and I'd be happy to show you all if you don't know, is bees breath is one of my favorite breath work that I do, and that kind of helps clear the mind and just shut down all the senses for a moment to bring you to the here and now. I practice breath of fire. And please feel free to say, show me if you want. Opposite nostril breathing is one that I do every morning. I do 3 sets of 7. And then I usually go into my meditation. If I'm having a lot of just crazy energy, I'll do a good Bhastika workout, just like really trying to just release it from my body, and then just wipe off that energy and to ground myself down. So those are some of the practices I do to stay ready. If I don't sit and get quiet, then I just get out of control. And maybe that's part of the Scorpio. I just like, what? I can't control it. So as long as I'm grounded and I just silence myself for a moment, just for a moment, I have some clarity to walk my path, to remind myself to put on my protection before I leave my house, to ask for those angels or Archangel Michael. I use a lot for protection just to leave the home. Being an empath, it's hard sometimes. You're picking up other people's energies when you're not even realizing it, and you're like, why am I so stressed out? So that protection also. So those are ways that I stay grounded, especially when I was working with COVID and hospice and all of that. That helped me to stay grounded. The other thing I like to do is mantras, and man means mind, and tra is to overcome. So mantras are awesome for that. And even a simple mantra is Om, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. There's just Om. You can repeat. I love to listen to Krishna Das. If you all are familiar with Krishna Das, his movie is free right now on Facebook. If I just listen to the chanting over and over and over to get out of that ruminating mind.
Can we try some of that, I wonder?
Do you want to try some mantras, or do you want to clear the chakras with just the mantras for each chakra?
Ooh, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so is everybody here? Okay, if somebody's not familiar with the chakras, how would you describe them?
Our energy centers. The chakras are along our spine. There's the Muladhara chakra, that root chakra that grounds us. As you can have blockages in your chakras, and to clear the chakras really helps that energy flow. The scientific fact that we're made of energy, and we have more than just the 8 chakras or 7-8 chakras in our body. But if you can at least clear that spine, the center chakras, the Muladhara lies in the base, that root chakra. It's for almost the things that we need, housing, food. It's all those things that we need. So you can understand if someone's homeless, they're not going to be grounded because they don't have that ability to feel secure. Sometimes it can be blocked from childhood issues. As we move up from the Muladhara, then it's Svadhisthani, that is the sacral chakra. Sometimes that could be blocked from sexual stuff with women, incest. It can be sometimes just childhood stuff. It's that sexual area. It's also it's a lot of different things, but that's what I find a lot when I work with people is sometimes that will be blocked from some sexual traumas that maybe they don't even realize happened in the past.
It's interesting because I feel like now with the climate that we're in, that particular chakra I think is super activated in some folks. It's like
it really is.
Yeah. And you can see, or you can sense, I think maybe the imbalance and the hurt, the pain that really is kind of like all over Facebook. I can see it all over Facebook.
You can see it all over. The fear is huge too, right? That's in that area as well. So you can definitely see that. Then Manipura is the solar plexus. I struggle there a lot. That's self-esteem, motivation, feeling good about yourself. I struggle in that area a lot. And it's just from past beliefs that I'm not good enough, that, all these past beliefs, that's where I get stuck. And I got to remember that is just a story. I'm telling myself that's not real, and to move through that one. And then Anahata, of course, the heart chakra. there's a lot of broken hearts out there right now in so many ways with the grief. And then moving up to Vishuddhi, that is our throat chakra, speaking our truth, especially for women. That gets blocked a lot because we need to, not often heard, we have to really speak up there. That can be related to also organs of the body, like the thyroid, things like that. And I've had thyroid issues, and it was, again, stemmed from childhood stuff. I was the girl that in the family that you're so emotional, and then the boys were the ones that could talk. And so I would have that, I had that issue for a while. And then our third eye, Agni, that's like our spirituality, our connection. Then Bindu, that's you can say the angelic river, the Holy Spirit, the whatever your higher power is. So I sometimes will just run through the mantras. They're just saying some of those. If you guys want to go through them, we could do that. Also, Tony was really interested in yoga nidra, which I try to do at least every other day to calm my my system.
Love it. I love it. I think it's really interesting too that we're talking about the chakras, because I think, they're working with them and getting to know them, I feel is like one of the keys to just exercising good self-care. Being able to tune in and like in sensing for, okay, am I feeling unstable right now? Like I feel like sometimes when things have knocked me, it's almost like when you feel like life sort of like knocks you off your feet in a way. You can feel that, and you go into work and you kind of feel jittery, and you don't really feel like you need to ground a little bit more. You need to like tap into that root, and even saying things like root really kind of helps to do that. But I feel like
eating red foods. Yeah.
Right. Yes. And I feel like one area that Scorpio can help us is by allowing us to really go inward and tap into what is happening with each of the chakras too. So that's really cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm still learning as much as I can. But I definitely know when there's something not quite right, and I'll usually run through some sort of meditation to clear that area again, or I'll do some breath work and bring it up my spine till I feel like it's clear. So I'll do that a lot. I'm still learning every single day. I know what may work for me one day. The next day I might not need to do something else. I also do tapping a lot. If you all are familiar with tapping, I love, love, love tapping. Can bring me to the moment within a minute. That's just hitting all those nice areas, those spots in your body that kind of bring you back down. So did you all want to do some yoga nidra?
I want to do some yoga nidra. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
So we'll start. You could either, if you want to lie down or sit down, it's up to you. We're going to start with we'll go ahead and clear our center, clear our chakra. So finding a place where you're comfortable. Closing your eyes. Start to take some deep breaths and bringing that breath from the base of the spine all the way up to the top of your head. And imagining that breath going down the back and coming back up from the center, from the base all the way up. Letting it circle back down the back. A few more breaths just like that. Beautiful. And let's start with the opposite nostril breathing. If you're familiar with this, you can either do the A-OK, to block your nose that way, or you could take your first and second finger, index and second finger on your third eye. We're going to plug the right nostril. Inhale through the left. Plug the left. Exhale out of the right. Inhale through the right. Plugging it. Exhale out of the left. Inhale. Plugging the left. Exhale out of the right. And flowing here, a few more on your own. One more. Lowering your hand, eyes are still closed, breathing here. And bringing yourself to that root, almost feeling the roots growing out the bottom, coming into that Muladhara, that bottom chakra, maybe visualizing red, maybe even engaging your Kegel muscles a few times. The mantra for this is LAM, L-A-M. Deep inhale. LAM. Breathing up to that second chakra, Swadhisthani. Visualizing that orange. The mantra for this is VAM, V-A-M. Deep inhale. VAM. Breathing here. Moving up to the solar plexus, Svadhisthani. Manipura. The mantra for this is RAM, R-A-M. Deep inhale. RAM. Breathing up. Taking it to that heart chakra. Visualizing that beautiful green. The mantra for this is YAM, Y-A-M. Taking a deep inhale. YAM. Continuing that breath, bringing it up. Taking it to our throat, Vishuddhi. Mantra for this is HUM, H-A-M, deep inhale. HUM. Breathing again up the spine. Making it to that third eye, right between your brows. Mantra for this is Om. Deep inhale. Om. Bringing it up to that Bindu. The mantra for this is a long Om. To that space above your head. Deep inhale. Om. Couple more breaths. Feeling that space open up, feeling that grounding. I'm going to go right into a Yoga Nidra. Again, breathing here, grounding down. Yoga Nidra helps to clear that space, that opening in your mind. More breaths. Starting Yoga Nidra, just everything in your body to get yourself completely comfortable. Keep your eyes closed until you are told to open. Take a deep breath, and as you breathe out, feel the cares and the worry of the day flow out. In the practice which follows, you're going to develop a feeling of relaxation in the body. It is not necessary to make movement or deliberately relax your muscles. Simply develop the feeling of relaxation. It's like the feeling you have just before sleep when relaxation becomes deep. Sleep does come, but you should try to keep yourself completely awake. That is very important. Make a resolution to yourself. I will not sleep. I will remain awake through this practice. During Yoga Nidra, you're functioning on a level of hearing and awareness. The only important thing is to follow the voice of the instructor. You must not try to intellectualize or analyze the instructions. This will disturb your mental relaxation. Simply follow the voice with total attention and feeling. And if thoughts come to disturb you from this time to time, do not worry. Just continue to practice. Allow yourself to become calm and steady. When you're doing the practice yourself, allow 5 minutes for this. Do not start suddenly. Now bring that feeling of inner relaxation in the whole body. Concentrate on the body and become aware of the importance of complete stillness. Develop your awareness of the body from the top of the head to the tips of the toes and mentally repeating the mantra. Om. What was that? Complete stillness and complete awareness of the whole body again. Om. Continuing your awareness of the whole body, the whole body, the whole body. Become aware of the fact that you're going to practice Yoga Nidra. Say mentally to yourself, I'm aware. I'm going to practice Yoga Nidra. Repeat this to yourself again. The practice of Yoga Nidra begins now. At this moment, you should make a resolve. The resolve will have to be very simple. Try to discover one naturally. You must develop a resolve to say at time. Should be short, positive statement in simple language. State 3 times with awareness, feeling the emphasis. The resolve you make in Yoga Nidra is bound to come true in your life. We now begin the rotation of consciousness, rotation of awareness by taking a trip through the different parts of the body. As quickly as possible, the awareness is to go from one part to part. Repeat the part in your mind, simultaneously becoming aware of that part in your body. Keep yourself alert, but do not concentrate too intensely. Become aware of the right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand. Become aware of the palm, back of the hand, the wrist, the lower arm, the elbow, the upper arm, the shoulder, the armpit, the right waist, the right hip, the right thigh, the kneecap, the calf muscles, the ankle, the heel, the sole of the right foot, the top of the foot, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Become aware of the left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, the wrist, the lower arm, the elbow, the upper arm, the shoulder, the armpit, the left waist, the left hip, the left thigh, the kneecap, the calf, the ankle, the heel, the sole of the left foot, the top of the foot, the big toe, the second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now to the back. Become of the right shoulder blade. Become aware of the left shoulder blade, the right buttocks, the left buttocks, the spine, the whole back together. Now go to the top of the head, the forehead, both sides of the head, the right eyebrow, the left eyebrow, the space between the eyebrows, the right eyelid, the left eyelid, the right eye, the left eye, the right ear, the left ear, the right cheek, the left cheek, the nose, the tip of the nose, the upper lip, the lower lip, the chin, the throat, the right chest, the left chest, the middle of the chest, the navel, the abdomen. Major parts, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, both legs together, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, both arms together, the whole of the back, buttocks, spine, shoulder blades, the whole of the front, abdomen, chest, the whole of the back and front together, the whole of the head, the whole of the body together, the whole of the body together, the whole of the body together. Please do not sleep. Total awareness, no sleeping. No movement. The whole body. Becoming aware of your body, either lying on the floor or sitting in your chair. Your body is lying on the floor or sitting in the chair. See your body perfectly still in the room. Visualize this image in your mind. Become aware of your breath. Feel the flow of your breath in and out of your lungs. Do not try to change the rhythm. Breathing is natural, automatic. You're not doing it. There is no effort. Maintain your awareness of your breath. Continue. Complete awareness of your breath. Now concentrate on the awareness of the movement of your navel area. Concentrate on the navel movement. Your navel is rising and falling slightly with every breath. With each and every breath, it expands and contracts. Concentrate on the movement, synchronizing it with your breath. Go on practicing, but be sure that you are aware. Now start counting your breaths backwards from 27 to 1, like this. 27 nasal rising, 27 nasal falling, 26 nasal rising, 26 navel falling, 25 nasal rising, 25 nasal falling, and so on. Say the words and the numbers mentally to yourself and count your breaths. Be sure that you don't make mistakes. If you do, you must go back to 27 and start again. Total awareness that you are counting. Go on counting from 27 to 1. Keep on with your practice. No mistakes. Now stop your counting of the navel breaths and shift your attention to your chest. Please shift to the chest. Your chest is rising and falling slightly with each and every breath, becoming aware of this. Continue concentrating on the movement of the chest and start counting backwards from 27 to 1 in the same way as before. 27, chest rising. 27, chest falling. 26, rising. 26, chest falling. 25, chest rising. 25, chest falling, and so on. Again, repeat the words and numbers mentally to yourself as you count. No mistakes. If you make a mistake, you must go back to the start again, to 27. Continue counting, 27 to 1. Keep on with this practice, counting and awareness, awareness and counting. Cease your counting of the chest breaths and move your awareness to your throat. Please move to the throat. Become aware of the breath moving in and out of the throat. Become aware of this. Concentrate on the movement of the breath and start counting backward from 27 to 1 in the same way as before. Complete awareness, the counting and the breath. No sleeping, please. Just total awareness that you are counting. Keep on with the practice. Continue counting your breaths from your throat. Stop counting and go to the nostrils. Become aware of the breath moving in and out of the nostrils. Concentrate on the movement of the breath in and out of the nostrils. Start counting as before. You know it very well by now. 27 breathing in, 27 breathing out. Complete awareness. Continue counting, no mistakes. Keep on with the practice. Continue. Stop the counting and leave your breathing. We now come to visualization. A number of different things will be named, and you should try to develop a vision of them on all levels: feeling, awareness, emotion, imagination, as best you can. If you're able to find the vision of your relaxation is complete for the time being. And if not, you need a little more practice. Burning candle, burning candle, burning candle. Endless desert, endless desert, endless desert. Egyptian pyramid, Egyptian pyramid, Egyptian pyramid. Torrential rain, torrential rain, torrential rain. Snow-capped mountains, snow-capped mountains, snow-capped mountains. Greek temple at sunrise, Greek temple at sunrise, Greek temple at sunrise. Coffin beside a grave, coffin beside a grave, coffin beside a grave. Birds flying across the sunset, Birds flying across the sunset. Birds flying across the sunset. Red clouds drifting, red clouds drifting, red clouds drifting. Across above a church, across above a church, across above a church. Stars at night, stars at night, stars at night. Full moon, full moon, full moon. Smiling Buddha, smiling Buddha, smiling Buddha. Wind from the sea, wind from the sea, wind from the sea. Waves breaking on a deserted beach, waves breaking on a deserted beach, waves breaking on a deserted beach. The restless sea, eternal restless sea, eternal restless sea, waves breaking on a deserted beach. Now is a time to repeat your resolve. Repeat the same resolve that you made at the beginning of the practice. Do not change it. Repeat the resolve 3 times with full awareness and feeling. Relax all efforts. Draw your mind outside and become aware of your breathing. Become aware of your natural breath. Awareness of the whole body and awareness of your breathing. Your body is totally relaxed. You're breathing quietly and slowly. Develop awareness from your body from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. And mentally repeating Om. Twice more. Om. Om. Become aware of your body, the position of your body. Visualize the room around you. Become aware of your surroundings. Lie or sit quietly. Keep your eyes closed. Start moving your body, stretching if you'd like. Please take your time. Do not hurry. When you are ready, you may open your eyes. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat. I love Yoga Nidra to really bring your body, your mind, your energy into a place where you can totally be in a relaxed, to be able to connect with that higher power, with that knowing. It's also Yoga Nidra is awesome. If you wanted to get the book, you can record your own voice with it. I listen to my own at night sometimes, and it's really helpful. Tony, when you were saying, I don't know what I'm going to do, and I'm not this mom, or I'm not working in overseas, you can get in the place where you just can be in this relaxation, you'll be able to be clearer on your next direction. When you're in that, I don't know, it's hard for us to even see the next path or the next step. So as a Scorpio, this is something that I need every single day.
Love it.
For me to even hear anything outside of my head and my thoughts.
Thank you so much. I'd love to hear how everybody else's experience went. Go ahead and drop it in the chat. And there's a couple things that came up for me during that whole experience, and a couple of them. It's interesting because Scorpio is ruled by Mars. Mars also rules Aries, and so I have a very strong Aries as well because my moon's there. And one of the things that I noticed kept happening was in my head. It was like, get on with it. Let's do this. Come on. So I was like, and I realize now why I've had such difficulty in the past with Yoga Nidra. It's because of that. Come on, I've got a very active, part of myself, and I know we've talked about that too. Like I'm always moving, and I've got to get keep things going, and so, and this Mars, the Scorpio Mars, is more directing your attention. Like Mars is also about directing your attention in a particular place, so that I just got done analyzing Matt Damon's chart, and he's got a really strong Scorpio on his midheaven, and so when he starts to, it's so cool because he's able to to play these parts that are so intense, but it's that since his midheaven is ruled by Mars, he's directing that attention into these roles that are so powerful, and so. So yeah, it's directing the attention to these places. When you start to feel angsty, it's like, okay, where am I going to place my attention? And it's consciously choosing where to put that attention. So I thought that was really cool. And I also thought it was really interesting with the counting down. I'm like, but I'm not there yet. I'm not at one.
I know.
Well, if you mess up, you got to start over again. And I'm like, and so I think that practice alone that's got a lot of medicine in it.
It had a lot of medicine for me because I think this is my Scorpio, and you can let me know because I'm learning all of this. I'm ruled by emotion. Like I'm always in the emotions instead of letting the waves go and come. I'm like, the waves here, I need to come back and remember that it's a practice of patience in order to see clearly for me.
Yeah.
Or else I can't.
Yeah. And I think also another thing that's very important and so powerful with this practice is just noticing what's happening internally. You may not like it. It may bring things up for you. I even had kind of a strong, towards the end, there was something that was happening here in this region. I don't know what was going on there. And it's something that I would need to sit with. And I think that doing this practice more would probably be, could benefit me a lot in that way. So.
Yeah, and a lot of guided meditations help me as well. I can't just sit and meditate. My brain, I have monkey brain, I just can't. I have to have some direction.
Right.
But I can almost fall asleep in Yoga Nidra.
Yeah.
I think maybe the back and forth, the different, almost like that EMDR back and forth, and then the counting kind of helps you to focus and be in the present. What do y'all think?
Yeah. See, and I think that in the past when I've done it, it's been like I will fall asleep almost because it's easier to do than to sit with whatever comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Scorpio. So Scorpio.
Yes.
So Scorpio.
And it's what's coming up for you and other people and the collective. It's like
Right. It's difficult to sit with those emotions. They're powerful. And it's like, I think that what we want to do is we want to, take that Mars and we want to direct it onto, whatever, Twitter. If somebody says something on Twitter, it's like you've got the trolls that are immediately get on there, and that's their Mars. They want to interact in that way. And Scorpio Mars is going to be turning it inward and saying, okay, well, what's behind this? What's really happening here? So, yeah.
And sometimes when I can't relax, then I go into my, maybe doing like some Bhashtaka, or,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'll just be like, like not trying to get it out of my body. Oops, I lost an earbud.
Oh no.
I know. I gotta shut this.
I was gonna say
somewhere. I like have to shaking medicine. That's another thing with the tantra that I practice, is a lot of shaking medicine.
Yeah.
To calm myself down.
That's so powerful too. I love shaking. It's good stuff.
Yeah. There's so much medicine out there to help keep our body, our mind intact, through these hard times.
And especially when Pluto is involved. And I know that last year we had a whole lot of Pluto, even this last Mercury retrograde, it was square to Pluto, which was super intense. So when it's involved, when Pluto is involved, when people are going through a Pluto transit, often what happens is that's a major life change. And so in your left there, just begging. I know that Pluto, when Pluto was square to my natal Pluto, that's when I lost my bonus daughter. And so it was like, wow, it's just, those are the most painful, intense moments. And so I'm doing these things and sitting with those emotions. It was really interesting because I'm also, I practice move, like I love to move and I love to move fast, but when that happened, I noticed that I couldn't move. Like I lacked the ability to move. And so the only thing that I could do that's when I started really, really diving into yoga a lot more, because I could, it was a lot slower moving and it was something that I could handle. And so, yeah, Pluto, man.
Now play it out.
Yep.
That makes sense.
It's a tough
makes
one.
sense.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, we'll be diving more into that in the offering this month. But yeah, so everybody take a moment, let this sink in. I'm curious to know how it landed for you. You can open up your microphone and talk, or you can drop it in the chat, unless you're sleeping.
And I usually go slower with that, but I thought, oh, these ladies, I don't want to put them to sleep.
Not today. Not right now. So it's something that you can do on your own then. And it's something that you can slow down. Okay.
And on YouTube, they always have yoga nidra.
Okay. And do you want to count down all the way to 1 usually, or?
Not necessarily. It's to keep that mind occupied, Right. It's to keep it concentrating and relaxing and breathing, instead of going, I got to go to the grocery store, I got to go pick up my,
Right. So instead of like perseverating on whatever is happening in the moment, then
it helps me a lot for sure. Because like I said, I have that monkey mind all the time.
Same, girl. Okay, so our time is coming to a close, but so yeah, I want everybody here to think about how you're going to enrich your Scorpio season by applying what you learned today. Talking about just kind of like sitting with those emotions. I have to show, I was kind of debating this, but I really think it could be interesting because I wanted to show them your website. So I'm going to share my screen.
So my website's very new.
I love
Tony's
it.
daughter, Abby, has helped me with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Through my breast cancer, why I became a yoga instructor was when I got diagnosed with breast cancer, I just couldn't do anything. And I was an athlete, soccer player. That yoga was my mat. I call it my mat is my magic carpet where I go on, and even if I'm just laying and crying on my mat, that is what my safe space. So I ended up becoming a yoga instructor because of that. And I am helping other breast cancer survivors with my yoga classes called Pink Prana. And it's open to all women. I know I don't let men in, but that's okay. They have enough of their stuff. Just so we have a safe space to be able to express anything that's going on during or after the practice as well. I'm just starting to do some life coaching with some breast cancer survivors. So that's new for me, but I love it. Yeah.
So good. So one thing that really strikes me about your site here is you look at all the water. Just like,
that is so funny.
I was reading through this story. Okay, so this is Stephanie's story. And just to let you know, like when she was diagnosed, she had a 5-year-old. She was a single mother, and she also had
and they thought I was stage 4. Yeah, they thought I was stage 4, and I made a deal with God. Like, if you let me stay here. I remember with my mala right before my PET scan, I was like, I will do your work. I will do.
Oh man,
and thank God I was stage 3B. Hey, but
oh man, but still, I mean, it was just such an intense time, super intense. Like, oh gosh, just everything that you went through, and yeah, it was amazing. So yeah, I just wanted to point this out. I saw this picture, and I was like, if that's not Scorpio, I don't know what else. So,
that's funny.
I love it. Okay. So yes. So people can connect to you through pinkprana.com. I'm gonna send this out, and through Instagram, right? Instagram Pink Prana.
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. There's Pink Prana Facebook as well. And I'm recently in TikTok because my daughter got me into that. So that's how my 17-year-old, she's now 17, that 5-year-old is now 17. That's how she communicates with me, sending me video.
She's so cute.
But yeah, if anybody wants to get in touch with me, feel free to give my information or my email.
And on your website, there's a couple of yoga classes that are recorded, right?
I have several yoga classes that are recorded. I need to upload some more. Yeah, I have a chakra series on there right now.
Ooh, okay. Awesome. And then do you teach classes online too? Or
Monday nights, 5:45 to 6:45 Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys check that out if you feel inclined. It's just amazing. I love her classes. I know I don't get to do them nearly as often as I'd like. So time differences. Can't wait to move back. So yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm also a Scorpio and a breast cancer survivor. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Very
I think it's 1 in 8 women. So feel your breasts, ladies.
Yeah, I know. And it's just such great timing too with the October Breast Cancer Awareness Month too. So
yeah.
Powerful. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for coming today. I really appreciate you showing up. And I know, thank you so much for dealing with all of the technical snafus. And I hope, and I look forward to connecting with you all during hopefully the Pluto play shops too. So, all right. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you, ladies. Thank you.
Great meeting you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.